All right, joined by Paul Stankowski and his son, Josh Stankowski. And guys, you've been at it for over a year now, having Josh on the bag. What's it like?
Yeah, it's probably the most fun I've had in my professional career. You know, getting to travel around the country with Josh, getting to compete with him by my side. Yeah, I mean, I'm an old guy, you know, now he's 26. Not many dads get to work with their sons in close proximity, especially in competition. So, yeah, this is, I don't say it's a dream come true, because I didn't dream about this kind of stuff, but I think it's the coolest. I think it's the coolest gig on the planet. Getting to play golf for a living, hit a ball around these beautiful golf courses with my son. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, and for you, you're a 5 handicap yourself, so you play a little bit of golf yourself. What is it like being out here, PGA Tour Champions? You run into BJ Singh, a lot of these Hall of Famers. Like, what's that dynamic like?
Oh, it's been awesome this year, just getting to see all the legends, VJ, Ernie, Miguel, who's one of the most entertaining men in golf for a reason, just with his whole
hair, right?
Yeah, whole pre-shot or warm-up routine, and the big old cigar that he cigar that he uses on the range. But yeah, it's been cool seeing all those guys and getting to meet them and play or see my dad play against them this year a few times. And I never dreamed of doing this. Like, if you asked me 5 years ago, how would you feel if you'd be caddying for your dad on the Champions Tour? I mean, like, that'd be cool, but I don't know, like, because I wasn't really thinking of doing that then, but this is really special this year, getting to do it, caddy for him, and very blessed. Not many people could say that their kids get to caddy for their dad, let alone caddy for them on the Champions Tour or PGA Tour. And this is I'm very, very blessed for that I get to do this, and it's it's.
Well, I was going to say too, to add to that, you were 15 when you caddied for the first time in a PGA Tour event at Montreux. I'm from Sacramento, so that was like my home event to be able to go cover that at Reno Tahoe Open. What was that like at age 15 to be able to be inside the ropes and caddy for your father?
It was a very cool experience, although that year it was my first time ever at caddying, so I was fairly new and was there just to carry the bag, and more so, and I hadn't really learned how to walk off the yardages, work on the angles, so I was just basically carrying the bag and not really understanding what a full time caddy looked like, but it was still a cool experience at that time, just to caddy for him on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, and inside the ropes, and for you that was 10 years ago, having him caddy. How much has he grown as a caddy since then?
Tremendously, yes. That first week, it was funny. I was an alternate, and we went out there. I wasn't fully expecting to get in, but we were hopeful. And I remember waking him up. I got up earlier, and I got the text that I was in the field, and so let him sleep a little bit. And finally, I woke him up. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you ready to caddy this week?" He's like practice round. I'm like, "No, we're in." He's like, "All right." So it was Montreux's hilly, and we're at 6,000 feet or whatever in outside Tahoe, and he was flying up these hills. You know, a couple of the hills are like no talking hills, because you're just trying to breathe, walking up, and he's just motoring, blowing by everybody. No big deal. I'm wheezing, and he's just like nothing. So at 15, he had all the energy of a wild horse, and so it was fun. But trying to get him at that point to walk a yardage. Geometry, angles are kind of important, and he didn't quite get it at the time. But he's, it made for a great story. But every week he's come out now. He's probably worked, we've got 20-something weeks this year, 30. He's probably been on my bag 40 times now. 39, he worked some Corn Ferries as I was tuning up for the Champions Tour as well. So probably about 40 events, and each one he gets better, and to the point where, like, I trust him now with yardages, and if I, have to go to the restroom or something and he's ahead, I'm like, I'll get to my ball and he'll have the numbers for me. So, which is awesome. But, he's a great encourager for me.
It's good to have that,
which is huge
in this sport.
Absolutely. And that's been big. There's an accountability there too, having my son on the bag, because I don't want to act like an idiot on the golf course and lose my cool, which I've done a few times, and I've had to apologize to him a couple times for throwing a putter cover at him, and not at him, but toward him, but just and so, but it's been good trying to keep my attitude in check out there, because I know he's watching, and I'm dad, I'm his quote boss out here, but he's really, we're really more like teammates. He's my teammate. He's my catcher, if you will, if I'm the pitcher. And so it's fun. I'm trying to teach him as well how to battle through adversity, how not to get so caught up in the moment and stay focused on shot to shot, and things that I try to tell myself on a moment by moment basis out here, especially as you get under the gun and in contention. Trying to teach him that as well. So it's been fun trying to get him to look at less leaderboards. And so, from that standpoint, it's a treat, because I still feel like he's 26, but I still feel like I'm teaching him, right?
It's organic. It's happening.
Absolutely, and it's a blessing, because most 26-year-olds are on their own, doing their thing, working corporate or moved out, and I get to hang with them still, and so I'm beyond grateful. Yeah.
So what are we doing from city to city? I know the early off camera you guys had mentioned maybe catch a minor league baseball game, or it's also a work week too, right?
It is a work week, and so we don't do a ton. We did catch where were we at, Akron or something? I forget what city we were in, but
Binghamton, New York.
It was in New York, I believe, yeah, and went to a minor league. Oh, there you go, the Rumble Ponies. Yeah, so we took in a game there. A couple years ago, we've gone to a few minor league games. We've gone to a couple major league games over the years, but our weeks out here, we fly in typically on Tuesday and get practice. Go eat Chipotle. That's kind of our normal thing, during the week. We both like Chipotle a lot, and watch a lot of Stars and Rangers games on the TV in the room. But it's it's a lot of work. He's carrying a 40-pound bag around, so at the end of the day, he's kind of gassed, and so it's not as exciting. Our job out here is it's a traveling circus, and there's not a lot of people think, oh my gosh, you fly all over the country and see the whole world. I'm like, yeah, I see a lot of golf courses. And hotel rooms and rental car companies and airports, but we don't get out. We did go to London during the British. He had a teammate in high school that is working over there, and so he gave us a tour, like a 3-hour tour of London. So that was fast.
A lot to see, huh?
Yeah.
So, Tower of London. You got the castle. I mean, the bridge. A little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, and I even got to look at the Sherlock Holmes restaurant, and actually got to go inside, and upstairs is I guess museum of Sherlock Holmes and books, and got to look at that briefly, and it was great.
Yeah.
Got to see London, some of the historic sites in London, so it was.
Yeah, nothing beats Baker Street when it comes to 221B Baker Street and Sherlock Holmes and history there. But as I wrap up, I was thinking you guys were in contention just like a month ago, and you were very much near the lead on Saturday night going into that final round. I'm just thinking, what was that like? How did you manage the emotions, and what did you learn from it?
Where was that? St. Louis? Was that our last good week? Yeah, Saturday. In fact, was it Friday night? when did my nephew goes to college there? He plays football at Wash U in St. Louis, and so went to a football game Friday night. And then, we probably Saturday just went and had dinner and went back to the room and watched something on TV. I mean, it's, we try to keep things the same, kind of similar. And whether you're in contention or not, you got to eat. And so we all love food, probably had Mexican food and chips and salsa.
Right. But just on the course, with the pressure to want to win. Last time you and I talked at Congressional back in May, you said that you hadn't won since the 1990s, and it's a thought in your mind. You know what I mean? So what's that desire like?
The desire to win is there for both of us. He probably wants to win more than I do, but that's been a goal, and I haven't done it yet. And we have no idea. Maybe I won't. I finished second. That's pretty darn close at Pebble Beach a few years back. But I've got to do everything well to win. There's you look at the legends of the game out here, the VJs and the Ernies and Bernhard, and then you got the other guys that haven't been historically legends, but Stephen Alker has turned into a legend out here, and these guys, talent-wise, they're just better than me. Not much better, but you don't have to be much better. If you're just a little bit better, if you're a half a shot better a day, well, that's a shot and a half by the end of the week. If you're a shot, guys, the difference between 1 and 50 out here isn't very much, right? But so I know I can win. It's a goal, but it doesn't have to happen. Like I'm not teeing it up every week going, man, I hope this is the week. I want to win. I don't need to win. I'm already winning. I'm getting to hit a ball for a living at 55 years old. I'm playing a game, right? God gave me some talent when I was a kid, and I've been living my dream for 30 plus years. And I still get to do it. On top of that, having my son out here by my side, like I want to win for him. I'd love it. In a perfect world, my daughter needs to be here too, and my wife, so that if I win again, they're there. Because I haven't won since he was born in '99. '97 was my last win. So my daughter was born in 2002, and so for Caitlin and my wife Regina and Josh to be there, like that'd be something. If I were to, knock one out and it's just Josh and I, it'd be amazing. But I feel like I'd be missing something because I want to share it with everybody. But like I say, it's not something that drives me. Winning doesn't drive me. I grind out. When I go home, I work my butt off in the gym. I work my butt off on the golf course, so I can come out here and have a chance to win. And so I'm putting in the effort. I'm putting in the effort of my body and on my game. And if a win happens because of that, fabulous. Yeah. But I'm proud of my effort anyway, of the effort that I put into this thing, and like I say, I'm a field filler out here. I've never won a major. I've only won twice on the PGA Tour. I'm playing against guys that have won multiple majors and dozens of tournaments, and they are truly the legends of the game. So for me to get a chance to even compete with these guys on a week-to-week basis, I'm thrilled to death. I get to play with Bernhard this week to start the first round, Bernhard and Greg Chalmers, and anytime I get to play with one of those guys, the legend, the Hall of Famers, it's a joy, it's a treat, and I'm a fan of the game too. I'm a player, but I'm also a fan of the game, so I understand there's a cool factor to me getting to play with those guys too. So I'm beyond being in awe of the talent out here and the players, because I've known these guys for so long. But I'm excited, and I still am excited to tee it up. We're in playoffs. This is the playoffs, and
That's right.
Josh and I are like, this would be pretty darn cool to have to be able to hoist a trophy this week or in Arkansas next week, or Lord willing, we make it to the finals in Phoenix to take that thing home. That'd be pretty cool. So we have 3 chances this year to do that. My ultimate goal this year was to finish in top 36, and that's in sight. My other goal was to finish top 20, and that's in sight. So I need to play some good golf. I'm 25th now, but a couple 100,000 points behind. So we have a lot to play for, and I have even more to be thankful for.
Totally. Well, Paul, Josh, appreciate the time, guys, and enjoy the ride.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it.